All right, Mr. Leo Wakil,
Yes, sir.
episode 20,
Episode 20.
which is actually a really big milestone if you know anything about the podcast world, which I'm sure many of you don't. But the threshold to be in the top 1% of all podcasts around the world is to actually publish 20 episodes. So whether or not you make money on it has nothing to do with you qualifying for the top 1%. It's just how much you've actually posted. And today is our 20th. So it's
we're
big
officially
milestone.
a podcast.
We are officially a podcast. You know, can you imagine how many hundreds or maybe even thousands of people started a podcast
and never got to 20,
to 20? And then so now it's like sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. So we've been gone for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Vacation, stuff for school and life and all of that. And during that time, because one of the things I'm always preaching to you about the 90s movies, and I just won't shut up about it. So forgive me for that.
Yeah.
So in response to that, personally, I went back and started revisiting like movies from the 2000s, you know, from the early aughts.
Yeah.
You know, because that's when a lot of the shift happened in Hollywood. You know, you have big IPs, franchises. There was very, very few big name original content movies. I mean, that's kind of like the world we live in now, basically. But I remember at some point I Googled like the top 50 or 100 films of the early 2000s. And out of the 50, I found it on IMDb. I think only like 3 movies were original.
Yeah, okay.
Everything else was like Harry Potter. It was comic books.
Yeah.
It was James Bond.
Franchises.
So it was all like established IP stuff. So I was like, interesting. Okay, so that's when it began. You know what I mean? But it was also kind of starting to be...
It's still a shift. Yeah, it's still a shift.
It's still there. I mean, there's some positive signs. I mean, the BAFTA Awards happened recently, and Ryan Coogler won for Best Original Screenplay, which is amazing. I think I've seen Sinners like 4 times at this point. I love it the more I watch it. I mean, I think that's why I'm leaning towards Sinners for the Oscars instead of Frankenstein now.
Mm-hmm. But like for Best Picture.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be either Sinners or One Battle. Then I'm all team Sinners.
Yeah. I mean, I still like, you know, I don't know what it is. Just One Battle didn't connect with me the way Sinners did.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm kind of rooting for Sinners, you know, for like some of the big names, the big name awards. So Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and anything else? Best Actor, I'm not sure of because I said what I'm rooting for. And I'm rooting for Wagner Maura.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get it, but that's who I'll jump up and down for everywhere.
I think the score is probably going to win. It's great, good. And it's been winning.
Yeah. So Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the big 4.
If every ceremony we have before the Oscar, a different actor wins, and because he's not nominated anywhere else. Yeah, that's his only nomination. So maybe you could be like splitting votes and he wins.
Yeah. That could be a thing. All right. Yeah. But anyways, going back to the 2000s movies, you mentioned from episode 1 your love for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Specifically the trilogy, the first 3.
Yeah.
Go. The floor is yours.
For me, it's like Indiana Jones. It's a trilogy that has other movies. Like that's probably those first 3. Even like the 4th one. Those are the movies I saw the most in my entire life.
No kidding.
Yeah, with my grandma and I, every weekend I went to her house. We watched at least one, and there were weekends we just went through all of them.
Yeah,
it was amazing, and like Johnny Depp's my favorite actor, and it's mostly because of Pirates.
Yeah,
I grew up with him, and the entire blockbuster feel we sometimes don't get more nowadays. Like people are saying Sinners, of course, but that scale and that quality, right? Like you see Davy Jones, the special effects were Davy Jones, and then you see Thor: Love and Thunder. right?
It's pretty incredible when you
Yeah.
watch those Pirates movies. The special effects look way better than so many movies now. It's almost kind of sad, but still impressive. Of how good it is. And it's funny how you said like you grew up with Johnny Depp. That's the one thing we have in common. Johnny Depp. I mean, his first big movie was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think that's 1982. 384 around that time. You know, if it was 84 at the latest, I was 3 years old. I was born in 2007. So like it was kind of in the middle of his late stage career. Because at that point, because after Nightmare on Elm Street, he does a TV show called 21 Jump Street. Did you even know that was a TV show? Because it was the movie that everyone watched with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. And it's a great remake because it takes the central premise of the show of like these young looking cops going undercover in high school, but then just flips it on its head and then just identifies the ridiculousness of that. But it was like legit. It was seriously done. And he was a huge star. Like on every single teeny bopper magazine, you know, all the girls loved him.
He was part of that. Leo, him, and Brad Pitt was a little younger.
Brad Pitt came a little bit later.
But like there are pictures of Robert Downey Jr. kind of the same era.
Robert Downey Jr., Nick Cage, you know, those guys were like really good friends at that point. You know, because they kind of came up together. And then as the 90s rolled around, the spotlight of that was just not what he wanted. And that's where he started doing What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And have you ever seen Don Juan DeMarco?
No.
There's another 90s movie for you.
I've seen Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco
which is
awesome.
Awesome.
Late 90s. That's a really, really, really good movie. But for people like me, when he came out with Pirates of the Caribbean, it was almost like whoa. It was almost like a renaissance of some kind because he always had the movie star look. He had the very skilled actor traits. Like he's an incredible actor just from competency wise.
Have you seen Finding Neverland?
Yes.
That's one of his best. Like,
I mean, I'm not a big fan of that movie in general.
I love that movie.
I guess because like I don't care about Peter Pan.
I love the Peter Pan story.
I don't care. I appreciate the significance and what it symbolizes and represents, but it was not my thing. So I was like, this is a good movie, really good performance, a very kind of sweet, toned down performance, you know, as opposed to Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's just so big.
And
you know,
like he is the main character. He's probably first built, but he's not the emotional core, right? The emotional core is the other two characters, Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. So they are the center of the movie, even though he steals the show.
Yeah, he does.
And that maintains throughout the trilogy, and it doesn't in the later, like the 4 and 5, because he becomes the protagonist, right? And it works. I like 4.
I like them all. At varying levels.
The 5th one was the only, like I was a kid when I saw it, so I enjoyed it. But it was the first movie I was like, this was a little disappointing for me. I love the ending of 5. But I love the ending of 5, like the final 30 minutes.
How does it end again? Story-wise.
The sea opens and Barbossa fights with Javier Bardem, and Barbossa falls to let his daughter live. He dies.
Okay. Because I only saw it once. And it was like pre-pandemic times, 2019. And I was just, again, impressed. The whole franchise really impresses me because again, it's based on a ride. Have you ever been to the ride?
Not the original French one, but the American one,
You've been on the American ride. Okay. Is it anything resembling
now
the movie?
It is, because they adapted. But originally, like, there are pictures of the French ride before the movie came out. It was just like pirates and sea and ships.
Just some water, people get sprayed.
Nowadays they have
pyrotechnics.
but nowadays they have Jack Sparrow, the characters, and the song. Every song, like the score, and even the ambiance music and the bars and the ships and everything.
All right.
I like the ride.
So I think that's one of the things that just always caught me about every single one of the movies is that this is not based on anything. except for the Disney ride, and it has the Disney name to kind of give it legitimacy.
And it has an amazing director.
Gore Verbinski. That dude.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of 2000s movies, The Ring.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Ring.
The Ring is so well done, and you appreciate it even more when you've seen the Japanese version. Because there was that time in the early aughts where I think The Ring started it, but American movie studios would take Japanese horror movies and adapt them for American audiences. And The Ring was done, it's 80% the same. There are some other supernatural qualities that they took out. But great horror movie, great tone. And I think that was that might have been the first time I remember seeing his name and noticing his work.
Yeah. He's got a new movie, like this year.
What?
Next month.
What?
Gore Verbinski, called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Good Luck, Have Fun.
With Sam Rockwell. It's a time travel movie. And it's his first movie since, I don't know, like Rango.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
he
did one.
Living off the residuals of the Pirates trilogy.
And he did, like we say, it's a trilogy, and the other two are lesser because he did the first three.
Yeah.
The other two were like Rob Marshall did the fourth one. Who did?
Yeah, I don't remember who did the.
It's the guy who did Maleficent 2.
I don't even know who that is.
Maleficent.
Yeah, the
director. Yeah, me neither.
Pirates.
But those first three, they were so. Like they weren't as self-serious as some other blockbusters like The Lord of the Rings, because they had a character like Jack Sparrow, but they took, like, the lore was serious. The world they built felt
I don't recognize those names.
Two guys. I know the first guy.
Sandberg, Joachim
Ronin. Yeah, I don't know.
French or something.
Yeah. But like I love the lore when I was a kid.
I think it's a bad rap. To be very honest.
What do you mean?
Because it's like the one that
it gets a bad rap.
It gets a bad rap. You know what I mean? But I thought it was when the first time I saw it, because my wife also really loves the series, and so the fourth one showed up on TV. We watched it, and I'm like, it's still fun. I think what makes Jack Sparrow work in the first three is what you said earlier. He's not the emotional core.
Yeah.
And I think once he becomes the emotional core, it's almost like we get too much of him. And so you might get tired of like the absent-mindedness, the voice, the mannerisms. I think that's really the only down parts. That's the one little critique I have. But like you were saying, the lore.
Yeah.
How do you create that lore?
And it's a world that it has so many influences, right? You have pirates, like lore in general, like Davy Jones and Blackbeard.
Yeah.
But you also have new things, like the even though the Kraken already exists, they use it in a very specific way because Davy Jones controls the Kraken.
Exactly.
They go to the afterlife and they have to turn the boat around. And the first movie doesn't have as much lore because they didn't know it would be a trilogy.
Yeah.
But it's insane. And you were talking about him not being the emotional core in the first three. Elizabeth and Orlando Bloom's character. Will Turner.
Yeah, Will Turner.
They come and go in the throughout the three movies. Like they aren't a couple throughout because that would be boring. Yeah.
You need that tension of will they, won't they get together.
And they don't. And that's like the third movie. I debate between the first and the third. Yeah.
Very gutsy.
That final scene and the Hans Zimmer score.
I mean, I think this, because Hans Zimmer already had been doing work forever, you know.
He was already an Oscar winner for Lion King.
He did won the Oscar for Lion King. It's crazy how that was at the time the only Oscar he's had.
Until Dune. Yeah.
And then you see, have you ever looked at all the movies he's done?
It's insane.
His output is insane in just random movies like Kung Fu Panda 3.
And it's great. The score for Kung Fu Panda, it's like...
Every now and again, my son wants to listen to it in the car. He's like, I want Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. There's a track called
Do You?
Oogway Ascends, which is beautiful. It's from the first, I think.
No, he wants to listen to Kai's Return.
I don't know that one.
Or Kai's theme. You know, anytime he shows up.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Something like
that.
It
has Chinese influences.
Yeah,
he adapts.
He adapts it really, really well.
And he does a score a year at least. Like he doesn't miss. Every year there's a movie with him. Yeah.
Shocking how he didn't win it for Interstellar. How does Hans Zimmer not win the Oscar for Interstellar?
And what one? Grand Budapest Hotel. Like it's cool, but
I don't remember this. I don't remember that he did it for that one. I just remember, Ray Fiennes because he's just incredible in that movie.
In 2010, where Hans Zimmer and John Powell for How to Train Your Dragon, they lost to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for The Social Network.
I'm down with that one though. I am down.
How to Train Your Dragon should have won. That's the GOAT score.
I'm down with it because it's a kind of score you'd expect, and I think that's why Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross got so much attention because it came out of nowhere, and it's haunting, and it does what great scores does, and it just enhances the character and stories. So when you have like the notes, dun, 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 it's memorable.
No, it's great.
It's odd, and like the strings that are playing at certain moments, so it's like it's affecting is the best way I think, and I think that's what great scores do. They're affecting. I think another thing that I really enjoyed is that every one of them, well, with the exception of Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, they do connect.
No, they're one movie. They were shot as one movie.
But they are pretty self-contained.
They are. You can watch one, and the story ends. It's sad. Both of them are sad. But the story ends.
Which is like, everything now. I watched a movie recently. Have you seen Playdate?
No.
On Amazon Prime with Alan Ritchson and Kevin James. One of the most ridiculous movies you will ever watch.
Is it new?
It came out in November. And I finally watched it this past weekend, and I loved it. There's super amounts of plot holes. It seems like the script went through maybe 2 drafts, and that's it. They were like, "We got our people. Go."
Yeah, we got the actors.
We got a director who has only done like 4 or 5 movies only ever, but it does the same thing that just almost every single movie does. In the end, it's like, all right, let's set up for a possible sequel. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but let's have that in there, And this doesn't necessarily, even the end of Dead Man's Chest.
It can be accepted as...
It can be, okay.
He sacrificed himself,
Okay, cool, he dies. Moving on.
And especially, like, every time someone asks, which one's your favorite one? Like my friend Luca.
Yeah.
He just rewatched all of them last year.
Okay.
And he says like, "Oh, the third one's the best. It's epic. It's huge. It's emotional." And then I tell him, some days I prefer the third. Some days I prefer the first. And he's like, "Why the first?" And I'm like, "It's so self-contained. Such a tight story and world."
I'll say from that standpoint, I get it from your perspective because did you ever even see a Johnny Depp movie before Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think I saw like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, so it's like his little niche movies.
Yeah, and
except for Charlie Shack, that was big production.
Yeah, but I go deep with Johnny Depp. Have you seen The Rum Diaries?
Yes.
Yeah, I like The Rum Diaries. Yeah. That's where he met Amber Heard.
Yeah, I just don't think much of her as an actress, so that kind of takes me out of it. So that I think that lessens the quality.
Yeah, I was even seeing Mordecai, which is bad.
Mordecai I have not seen.
Yeah, that's bad.
But Edward Scissorhands, even though I don't particularly like that movie, I do think it's incredibly well done. I love the script. I love his performance.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, she's great in it. There's a lot of personal connections I have with the movie, like the fact that Winona Ryder's mom was an Avon lady, and like my best friend's mom was an Avon lady, so it's like.
Am I Edward?
No, not Edward, but it was like I only ever heard of Avon through my best friend's mom, so to have it be mentioned in the movie, I'm like, whoa, that's cool, Vincent Price in it.
It's the boyfriend.
Is the dad.
The dad, okay.
Yeah, the dad of Edward Scissorhands.
Ah, the creator, Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah, basically, I mean, he is the guy who does the rap verse in Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Really?
Yeah, so that's how I grew up with him. And then it's like, oh, now he's in this movie. Oh yeah, I remember you. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So but just not as a movie that I want to go back and watch.
I've seen
it a couple of times.
I've seen it many times. Yeah. That's my favorite Tim Burton movie.
I'm not a Tim Burton guy.
I kind of am just because I grew up with him. Like I saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory many times. Do you like it? The Johnny Depp one. Because some people hate it. Because
I don't hate it. Let's put it that way. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't say I like it.
Mm-hmm. Do you prefer the Gene
Wilder?
Gene
I
Wilder.
have never seen the Gene Wilder version.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only know it through the memes.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple clips here and
that's
there.
a good one. I think it's 80s.
No, 70s.
70s.
That's the 70s, late 70s, man.
Yeah.
You know, but Tim Burton, I don't know, because like he did the first Batman movie, first two Batman movies. So in my day, to have a comic book movie was like, whoa, you know what I mean? And then the way he approached Batman, it was just like the biggest thing in the world, you know what I mean? So I appreciated that because of him, to use a maybe controversial reference, he made comic book movies great again. Because we only had the Superman movies before that. 1 and 2, which are great, but the 70s, 3 and 4 are trash. And then we have some really, really terrible. We have a Spider-Man one that sucks.
I've seen
that I think you can only find on YouTube.
There was a canceled Fantastic Four movie. That's
the one I'm talking about. I think you can find it on YouTube, you know? It's terrible. There's a Captain America movie that is also terrible. There's a Punisher movie that's actually kind of decent. So it's like what we would get was just very low quality as a kid. And then when you see something as big as Batman, and then you're like, okay, thank you, Tim Burton, for making this happen. But then after that, I was like, not my thing. But there was also part of me that always appreciated like his original voice. So I was cool with that, you know?
Yeah.
All right. What are some other 2000s movies?
I said just Pixar in general.
Pixar.
So we got Ratatouille, Up, WALL-E, Monsters Inc., Nemo. Yeah, those are the best ones. For me, WALL-E, Up, and Ratatouille are always like in the top 3 Pixar of all time.
That's you.
Maybe Soul is over Up. But I love
Soul is super underrated.
Yes, it is.
Soul is. I think COVID really screwed Soul.
Yeah, people know it as a streaming.
Go watch Soul if you haven't seen it. It is. Who's the dude? The director, Peter.
Let's see.
Peter something.
Peter Doctor.
Peter Son. No, Doctor. Yeah, Peter Doctor.
Pete Doctor. He's the president of Pixar, I think nowadays.
Yeah, he took over for what's his name?
Stanton.
No, not Stanton. The dude that...
Lasseter.
Yes, Lasseter.
So it may be Lasseter. I think I might have confused. Because it's always the same, like, 4 guys, right?
Yeah.
So Pete Docter did Inside Out, Up, Soul, and Monsters, Inc.
He did some good ones.
Yeah.
Pete Docter is like... And he did The Good Dinosaur, which I've seen.
Do you like The Good Dinosaur?
I love it.
Yeah.
My son loves it. Dinosaurs, you know?
I think it's underrated a little. I think
it is super underrated. It's a little short.
Yeah?
It's super short. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's very, very short. I wish they could have added a little bit more. But I think just pacing wise and the way the story unfolds is why they did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I like Ratatouille. I like.
That's the year I was born. Yeah, and that's probably out of these. No, Up's the one I've seen the most. But that's my favorite Pixar of all time.
WALL-E?
Ratatouille.
And Brad Bird.
Yeah. And it's weird that it's Brad Bird because he did The Incredibles, right? And Ratatouille, the Iron Giant. So he's an animation guy, and then he does Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Which one? Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
Fourth one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because at that point, you know, Mission Impossible were just Tom Cruise joints.
Yeah.
So he's like, I like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I like The Incredibles. How about you do live action? You know. Yeah. And that's kind of how the man operates. So, but I also appreciated a lot of things about Brad Bird. all of his movies are really, really tightly done. Like it's cohesive. I don't like meta moments in Disney movies. Like Moana, there's a couple meta moments that I don't like.
I don't remember.
It's two things. It's one where they're on the boat and Maui says to Moana, calls her a princess.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not a princess. And he's like, your dad's chief. You got a animal sidekick. You're a princess.
I liked that as a kid because I was like a boy watching a princess movie, and she didn't want to be a princess.
Yeah.
So that made me think a little.
And then there's the second moment is right before they fall down the thing to get his hook.
Yeah.
She says something, and then he says, if you break into song, I'm gonna puke. Something like that.
I love that. I think it's so fun.
They're kind of funny moments, but for me, it takes me out of the story because you're referencing something that is not within the story.
Yeah.
I mean, he bursts into song randomly with "You're welcome."
You're welcome. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so those are very tiny gripes, but and that's the thing that like you'll never see
in Pixar.
Not just it's a Pixar movie.
No.
Moana.
No, it's just Disney.
Disney Animation Studios. I forget that there's a separation.
Yeah.
You're right. That's what I like about Brad Bird. The second thing I really appreciate about Brad Bird, he did not, sign the deal with the devil and make The Incredibles 2 immediately.
Do you like The Incredibles 2?
I do.
I like prefer it over the first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're on par.
Yeah.
I don't fluctuate. I think they're exactly the same.
When I was
as far as quality.
very young, my mom didn't like The Incredibles as much. So I didn't watch it as much. But when the second one came out, we saw it in the theater and we loved it, and we saw it twice. So it kind of became my favorite. I've seen both of them since. I just think the twist in the second one. It may be really obvious for me nowadays, but it's so at the time.
It goes little by little.
Yeah.
But it's only in rewatching it that you find little clues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was really well done. I loved the dad arc in part 2.
They switch, right?
Yeah, they do switch, but I just love what he deals with and how exhausted he is.
How the house is beautiful.
Yeah.
We always jokes about that in my family. We went to that house, the Incredibles house.
Yeah, that 60s retro, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, that's what I thought.
Exactly. I love, and that's another thing. I love the world of it, that 60s retro. I love the music, which is also
Michael Giacchino.
He
did many Pixar movies.
He did one that I really, really liked.
He won the Oscar for Up.
I don't remember exactly. Up. I think he did Planes 1 and 2, which I really liked.
You like Planes?
I do like Planes.
I don't like Planes. I've seen the first.
I like the second one the most. Yeah, and that's like an hour long.
Yeah.
The credits are so long. It's like an hour and change. The story itself, and then the credits go on forever. I
like Cars. I think the first Cars is underrated.
Isn't that Hans Zimmer?
No, that's Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
Yeah, that's the guy you're thinking of, maybe, that did many scores.
Also did a lot of scores, but I know he also did Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters Inc.
Because he won the Oscar for the best original song from Monsters Inc.
He did Toy Story. He did. You got a friend in me.
I'm not a fan of the Toy Story movies.
None of them.
None of them.
Look, I can't say as much about the Toy Story movies because I haven't seen them since 2012.
I appreciate what they did, but it's not a movie I'm going to go back to.
I'm going to watch them this year before the new
fifth one comes
out. I haven't seen the fourth one.
I think Quentin Tarantino calls the first 3, calls it a trilogy. It's like the best trilogy.
It's the same thing as the Pirates. It ends in 3, but they still kept going.
Is there one? Nah, I don't have that. Well, maybe Indiana Jones. I would agree with you on that. But I've also gotten into a lot of fights of because I think part 2, Indiana Jones, is the best one.
Yeah, he told me that. I respect it. I like it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back to some of the other Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Incredibles I love. Up, I'll say this about Up. Up has the best opening sequence of any of the Pixar movies, and I'll put it right up there with any other live action movies as far as the overture, like The Matrix or James Bond or anything. It's giving me goosebumps thinking about it because it has such a great emotional core to it. it will make you. If you don't cry,
It's a short.
Yeah, if you don't cry in that overture, like you have no soul.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Up is the movie I saw the most as a kid, I think.
Oh yeah?
That was my movie.
That was your movie.
If you ask me what's your favorite movie when I was a kid, I'd probably say Up. Because I've seen it 1,000 times and I still love it. Like every time.
Probably Rocky 4 for me.
Really?
It's so random, but
like nowadays I'm scrolling on Instagram and the scene where he looks at the album.
Yeah.
And then he realizes she left it for him to continue.
Mm-hmm.
That breaks me. And the final shot is one of my favorite shots of film, where you see the house in the cliff.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's one of those special movies in the entire Pixar, I think, catalog.
Yeah.
And if I think about it, I think Pixar only has maybe 10, 12 movies.
Let me see.
How many movies? All Pixar movies. Yeah, in order. In order. So, I love AI. Okay, Toy Story, A Bug's Life, very underrated.
I like
it a lot. Toy Story 2.
Monsters Inc. I love Monsters Inc.
Finding Nemo.
Good movie.
The Incredibles. Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2. I hate Cars 2.
I don't remember Cars 2.
Cars 2 wants to do like 1,000 things at the same time. Yeah. It wants to be a racing movie. It wants to be a friendship movie. It wants to be a fish out of water story. It wants to be a spy story. It wants to be like a oppressive class story. There's too much going on.
I like Brave a lot.
Love Brave.
People hate Brave.
I love it.
Yeah, I love
it. It's so good.
Monsters University may be...
That's the one that is like,
I love it.
Really?
I think Monsters University and Incredibles 2 are underrated sequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're prequel, from what it's saying.
Prequel? Like, have you ever seen an animated prequel?
No.
No, and I love the college
That's a good one.
vibes and everything.
Well, you know what? Let me say a quick thing about Brave that my friend of mine told me. I am not a fan of when movies become less about story and more about the message.
Yeah.
Whatever that message is. I don't want it front and center. I like it in the background because it makes you think even more about it later on. And one of the things that I noticed that Brave does and Moana does, and my friend pointed this out to me, and he's also like on par with, we share that same idea. And he has a daughter. He still has a daughter. At the time, she was like 4 or 5 years old. Super adorable, like curly-haired girl. Loved Disney princesses. But he told me that she would always get a little bit sad with the other Disney movies, because she's like, I don't have that hair. And then she watches Brave, and she watches Moana, and she's like, that's like me. Yeah. And it's not something you think about at all. It's like a simple little thing. And again, it's not front and center of it. It's just like, okay, here's the story of this the character, this is what they look like, but this is what they go through. Yeah. And I was like, I never thought of that thing. But then I remember reading later on that like girls with red hair felt that way about the Little Mermaid back in the day, because every other Disney princess was blonde. You know what I mean? Or Snow White, or even Jasmine from Aladdin, if you're going on later. Yeah. So I dig that about Brave. Great score. That
amazing score.
That Scottish, Celtic.
There's a track at the end. It's like We've Both Changed. I think that's the name, where she re-encounters with her mother. Yeah. Really, really well done. I dig it a lot. And the lore. About the bear.
Yeah, the lore. I love the accents. That thick Scottish accent. Like in
How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. Some of them. Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting one for me, because I think I've probably even mentioned this to you at some point, where it's funny how it's Vikings, but they got Scottish people for like Scandinavian characters. It still works. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Gerard Butler. I think Craig Ferguson is the dude with one leg, which makes all the weapons and whatnot. All right. Anyway, Inside Out. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Really, really cool. The Good Dinosaur I like. I am not a huge fan of Finding Dory.
I think it's cool.
I like Finding Nemo better.
Yeah, me too.
Like, father-son thing going on. I'm a sucker, even before I became a dad, for father-son movies, Cars 3, really underrated.
I don't remember it.
It's really underrated. A little bit message heavy.
Yeah.
A little bit, but the story is still great. And I wonder if that was the last time you hear Paul Newman's voice ever. Because he was the voice of Doc Hudson. But then, he was super old.
There's so many edits about that, the scenes in Cars 3 between the Queen and him.
Coco, if you don't cry at the end of Coco, you have no soul.
I adore Coco.
Coco's amazing.
Incredibles 2, I love.
Fun fact for the audience, it's not called Coco in Brazil, because Coco means poop.
Yeah.
In Portuguese.
Or coconut.
Yeah, because it's Viva?
Yeah, it's Live the Life is a Party. It's a horrible title. That's a fun game for us to play. Yeah. Like a title translated from Portuguese to English. So Live Life as a Party. Would you guess that's Coco?
No.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, The Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4. I've never seen Onward.
Me too. I haven't seen some of the pandemic ones. I haven't seen Toy Story 4, Onward, Luca.
Soul, amazing. Luca, I didn't watch.
I haven't seen Turning Red, not Lightyear.
Turning Red, Lightyear, Elemental, didn't watch.
I like Elemental.
Yeah.
I think Elemental is really underrated.
Okay.
I think it's like, it is message heavy, you could call it, but I think it's because like Incredibles 2, big movie. Lightyear, big movie. This is an intimate movie.
Oh,
I think it's very simple.
Okay.
And the last scene makes me cry. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. And Inside Out 2, I really, really liked.
Never got around to it. I think I stopped at Soul.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, after that...
Have you seen Elio from this year?
No, I've heard decent things about it.
I think it's the weakest Pixar movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
From the ones I remember, again, I don't remember.
What is Encanto? Is that DreamWorks?
No, that's Disney.
Or Disney Animation.
Yeah,
okay,
Disney Animation, yeah.
Okay, so coming up in Pixar, we got a couple. Hoppers, new project involving a human mind transferred into a robot beaver.
Yeah. It's like their last original project. But have you seen the trailer?
No,
I like it.
I didn't know it has one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 2026.
It comes out soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5.
I'm not interested.
I'm going to rewatch them to see if I'm interested. And Incredibles 3. Who is the director? Is it going to be?
It better be Brad Bird.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Because I have the feeling that he owns the rights to those characters.
Probably.
Because they
could have rushed it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if it was just Pixar or Disney, they'd be like, first one was great, pump out another one ASAP. And it didn't. You know what I mean? And they don't strike me as the kind that would wait for a director to come back and do it.
Only Toy Story, because it's one per decade.
Yeah.
Except for 4 and 5.
Okay.
No, 5 it is, because it's 2020s.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
Yeah. Pixar, the greatest run was the 2000s, right?
Yeah. The early run is
insane.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Like, I might not be a huge fan of Toy Stories. At least when 3 came out in the early aughts. But everything else, Up, WALL-E, Ratatouille, Cars, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Monsters Inc., Monsters Inc. Stop there, yeah. But that's 2001.
WALL-E for me, like with Blade Runner, it's my favorite sci-fi world. I think it's amazing. Like the first 30, 40 minutes are silent. It's just like a wasteland.
And that's just really like ballsy.
Yeah. And it's just music. And I love it. And then when they get to the ship and outer space, it gets big, but it's still cute.
And when you see like the human characters and their existence and how they
shocking.
exist.
Like if you don't know that's happening.
Yeah.
Like he goes to space and finds the human race.
Yeah.
And saves them.
But not just how find the human race, but like what they become.
Yeah.
That was like that it hits home, right? You know what I mean? When you go to the States, especially, and you look around. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Yeah.
Why didn't you like the Michael Jackson trailer? Because I freaking loved it, but I might be super biased because I'm a super fan.
Yeah, I'm not a super fan. I like it. I thought it was so artificial.
In what way?
The visuals were artificial. The way it was, it's like, you know how people say Elvis looks like a music video because of the editing and everything. The trailer seemed to me like, look, Michael Jackson, not what the story would be.
Yeah.
I think Coleman Domingo looks so bad. Like the makeup looks so bad. I don't know if it's just a trailer, but
nah, it's makeup. It's makeup.
Yeah, I don't know. I love him.
I thought he looked great.
I thought it was artificial. Again, artificial.
Like his voice is even Joe Jackson's voice.
Yeah, no, like that's him I trust. Yeah. It didn't grab me as much, and I think knowing the behind the scenes stuff really bugs me. Like you see them not addressing some stuff in the trailer.
Yeah.
I hope it's good because the director is
Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah,
one of the best working right now.
Yeah.
And I think what it looks like they decided to do story-wise was just go from Jackson 5 to Bad, which is late 80s.
Yeah, you told me that.
And just stop there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, look, we can't address what happened in the early 90s with the accusations and whatnot. So let's just take all that out and go here.
But that feels like a way out.
I think they were pushed into that corner.
Probably,
but
legally.
Yeah, from a legal standpoint. But at the same time, I don't know if this was going to be part of it to begin with, but I really loved what it looks like it's going to be in the trailer, which is him trying to be his own man.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, because it's funny, it's crazy to think about where Thriller comes out, the biggest album in the world. He becomes just this mega star that no one has ever been able to match as far as popularity. And I don't think anybody will ever, because we have internet now.
Yeah.
He was that giant before the internet.
Yeah, he didn't have the internet to help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Thriller comes out, the iconic songs and music videos. Everyone's like, Thriller tour. And his dad's like, no. We're going to do a family tour.
Really?
That's what happened. So when Thriller comes out, he does the Victory tour. He recorded an album with his brothers, the Victory album, and then went on tour. So the Bad tour is his first solo tour. Yeah. So I think that's where they're going with it, where it's like he's struggling to kind of find himself as an individual, as an artist, as a man, and all these forces holding him back. And then, because that's where I think there's so much. I think just like in the
Bob Dylan?
No, not Bob Dylan. The
Rocket
Queen
Man.
movie.
I haven't seen
the
it.
culmination of the Queen movie is the Live Aid performance.
Yeah.
My theory is that the culmination of the Michael Jackson movie is going to be Bad. Yeah. Maybe his first performance of the Bad, because that's like, finally I can do this on my own. You know?
I love the song. Yeah. How it's used in Despicable Me 2 or 3, I don't remember. 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, in the beginning, the heist.
Yeah. And so I love that. So like, there's that little scene where him and I don't know who the character he's with, his friend is like, I just have so many ideas that I want to do, and his friend's like, do it. You're not a little boy anymore. Yeah. And that to me is like the thesis of the movie right there. And so I was like, you cracked the code. Because to me, making a Michael Jackson movie is an impossible mountain to climb. There's no freaking way. There's too many iconic moments. There's too many things to cover. And how are you going to do it without it looking like a highlight reel?
Yeah. That's what the trailer looked at for me.
The teaser trailer, I was like, okay, these look great, cool. But I'm like, what is the story? And then when the full official trailer comes out, I was like, damn it, you did it.
I hope it's good.
You figured it out, because I was like, there's no way. There's no way you can figure that out.
I think it's hard for music biopics to be amazing. The only one I really love is Rocket Man.
Because it doesn't do it.
No.
It doesn't follow the formula.
It's this could be a normal movie, not a biopic. And it would work. But like the Elvis, I like Elvis.
I like it
because
too.
it does
a little long,
very long. Some things it does differently. Like it focuses on the relationship between the agent and Elvis.
Yes, manager.
I didn't love Springsteen, but have you seen Springsteen?
No.
The movie is very weird.
Really?
Because
I like the premise of it when I heard it.
What did you hear?
that it's like he wants to make the Nebraska album, but they're like, no, make something more commercial.
Yeah.
So it's that tension.
That's what you don't get.
And you don't get it.
You don't get as much tension. You just see him struggling. 90% of the movie is just Jeremy Allen White being bummed. But he's great, and it's a different approach. And again, Bob Dylan, very specific time frame.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, so it's like people are bored of biopics because they're never amazing. Maybe this one can reach it.
I think it's going to be the biggest biopic ever.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the memes.
Even bigger than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. I think it's going to blow Bohemian Rhapsody out the water.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Let's put a number on it, shall we? Let's make predictions right now for Poly Market, for Kalshi.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 1.8.
1.1.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go 1.8. I think it's going to be, because it's going to be a cultural event.
It is, yeah.
You know, and it's like some of the memes that I've seen online are like, how I'm going to be dressed as when I go watch Michael.
How I'm going to do my Barbenheimer with Michael.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to be Thriller, I'm going to be Smooth Criminal, I'm going to be Bad, I'm going to be this and that, you know?
Imagine people going as zombies to the movie theater.
They absolutely are going to go do that. You know what I mean? And it's going to be great.
I think it's very 8 or 80. Like, it's either going to not be good.
Soccer amazing.
Yeah. It's either going to be, like, if the movie, like, I bet 1.1, because if the movie is not good and people hear it's not good, some people are not going to see it.
Yeah.
But if it's great, then everyone's going to see it.
You know what's interesting about that? Like, that they're putting it in the promotional material, and I'm like, don't. But only a nerd like me would know this, because it says, like, written by John Logan, the writer of Gladiator. Do you know anything about the behind the scenes of Gladiator? So they get the script, and it was kind of unfinished already. But Ridley Scott's like, okay, whatever. We'll figure it out, because that's kind of how he is as a filmmaker anyways. And then he has a meeting with Russell Crowe, and then they go over the script. And of the entire script, of the original script, only 25 pages were usable.
Really?
25 pages.
But why? Like, because it lacked stuff?
It was just not fully fleshed out. It had flaws in it. And they were like, we can't use this. Take it out. And so they just, okay, these 25 pages we can use. And then that became what they built the rest of the movie out of.
So the guy did nothing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So there's so many other stories. Like, when was the last time you saw Gladiator?
Gladiator. I saw it once. Like,
saw it once?
Before the second one.
There's the opening shot of Gladiator was not in the script. It was Ridley Scott, you know, like Russell Crowe tells a story of, like, because you see him in the opening shot and he's kind of looking and he's getting ready for battle, and he looks at he sees a bird, and then the bird flies, and he looks at it. Like, none of that was in the script. It was just Ridley Scott saying, here's what I want you to do.
He's so good, man. He's such an instinctive director.
Yeah. And then, like, the kind of the best ones are, like, you kind of you hear that at this point of Spielberg. Like, he doesn't storyboard anything. He just has the shot list in his head. He's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Here.
Yeah.
Whereas,
and something that distracts me in the beginning of Gladiator is the score. It's exactly the Pirates of the Caribbean score.
But it came out first.
It did, yeah.
But it's also Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, it's also Hans Zimmer. And Klaus Baldet. He did I'm not sure if he did Gladiator, but he did Pirates with Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
They kind of worked to make it a little different.
FYI, I kind of like how Hans Zimmer does that a lot. He works with other composers.
Yeah. The Kung Fu Pandas, the second and third.
Yeah.
He works with Henry Gregson Williams, who's the son of someone. You told me. No? Henry Gregson Williams. John Williams? No.
Is it?
I don't know. But he works with different people. He does.
What was it? James Howard Newton he worked with on Dark Knight?
Yeah.
There we go. See, again, it's like I like that collaborative aspect of it. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know. So I'm going high with my prediction. I think it's going to be great. And because one of the things that I've also read is that they've said, if it's successful, we'll make another one as a continuation. Yeah. I don't want them doing that.
They need to do it.
I don't want them doing that. I don't want them doing that because it becomes a tragedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want it just to be up until that.
I wanted him to stop.
Okay.
Like that from like just like Bob Dylan, 4 years.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, just these first aspects of his career.
Because it's not like the Elton John story, which has lows and it ends on a high.
Yeah.
It ends on a low.
And he dies.
Yeah,
you know
he dies.
I mean? Yeah. But also it's kind of sad to me. I saw this clip where there was a famous documentary kind of thing that came out in the early 2000s, going back to our original theme, called Living with Michael Jackson, which is like a 2-hour special where Martin Bashir interviews Michael Jackson, goes around with him. And there was this one moment that I saw recently where like Martin Bashir is talking about like how much plastic surgery he's done like with his nose. So he's digging a little bit into that, and then Michael Jackson says like how his father would make fun of him
for doing it,
for having a big nose, and how he would like make jokes and like, not my side of the family, such and such. And so Martin Bashir asked him like, how did that make you feel? And remember, he's like a kid when he's hearing this from his dad, and he's like, and he has a very somber way of saying it, like he's looking off in the distance, kind of like reliving it almost. And he says like, you want to die, and then I have to go out there and perform for people and put a smile on my face. So it kind of shows like the internal struggle he was dealing with his appearance. And it's like, I think for me, it might be difficult to watch that unfold. Yeah. Because even though like you see in the trailer, like you see what he looks like, as he's going to record Off the Wall. Yeah. And then you see like the teaser trailer ends with like from Bad, where he's already had plenty of work done on his nose, and you're like, he's
not white yet.
No. He starts to lighten.
Yeah, okay.
He starts to lighten because according to him, after Thriller, during the Thriller time was when the vitiligo started to take effect, and so that's when like I don't know what kind of treatment he had to light the skin. I don't know exactly how that works because nobody knows.
If this works, it's going to be one of the most prolific biopics ever.
Exactly.
They have to nail the makeup, they have to nail the actor, they have to nail everything.
The performances, the dancing, the singing, which Jafar Jackson can sing.
He looks good.
Yeah. He looks, and I'm happy that they kind of got. I didn't think it was gonna work, but when I saw the trailer, I'm like, it's working.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got his nephew. I'm like, who cares? You know what I mean? Yeah. Can he act? Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. And then I see it, and even in the teaser trailer, I hear his voice, and I'm like,
yeah, the voice is
bro, that's eerie.
Did he meet him?
Meet him? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how much he grew up with him, because I think at the time, like, I don't know how close he was as far as spending a lot of time with family. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I got high hopes, and I think it's going to be great. All right, I think it's time to wrap things up. All right, sir. Thank you again for the 20 episodes.
Thank you.
Many more to come.
We're officially a podcast.
We are officially a podcast. All right. See you guys later.